we share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Hello, family. Let me share this with you. When you kiss me, I feel kissed forever. When you make me laugh, I know that the rest of my life will be happy. When you put your arms around me, I know I'll never be alone. It's all the big and the little things you do that make me feel completely loved by you. Happy Valentine's Day. This was sent from me to my husband, Paul, many years ago. And you know what? We're celebrating Valentine's Day. It's a very special day of love. It's a very special day when we express love to the people that we're sharing our lives with, our husbands, our boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. But you know what? Love started a long time ago before Valentine's Day did. Love started in heaven with God. Do you know the Bible says that God is love? And he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in God. So do you want to know what love is all about? You know, for years people say, could you give me a definition of love? And people say, well, you know, it's that little tingly feeling that you get when you see somebody. Yeah, it can be that. But that's not really how you know you love someone. When Paul and I first got married, we determined that in order for us to have a good relationship, first of all, the Lord had to be in the center. And then secondary, I would do everything in my life, in my heart, to make him happy, and he would do everything he could to make me happy. That way we're both happy, and the Lord's in the center. And to God's glory, we've been married for 42 years, 42 and a half. 42! I'd never thought I'd ever hear myself say, you've been married 42 years, Arlene. Wow! You mean all with the same person? Yeah. And I still love him, and I love him more today than I did back in the day. This photograph is when we celebrate our 25th anniversary. Yes, Paul had dark hair once upon a time in his life. It's been a while, but he had dark hair. And you know what? It's because you grow together. Have we had trials? Have we had hardship? Oh, many. But you know what? They either bring you together or they pull you apart. But the choice is yours. And if you decide to make them bring you together or to allow them to, you will never be sorry. So easy to say, oh, we're incompatible and dump this one. No, no, no. Stick it out. If God puts you together, you'll keep you together. As long as you keep him first, put him in the center. And when I look back over all the years, there have been such good times that we've grown together, as I said, and we have had a wonderful life. We've traveled. We've gone places, done things that we never, ever dreamed we would, but all to the glory of God, because he has ordered our steps, and he has given us what we have and what we need, and I'm very, very thankful. And today I'm very thankful for the man that God put in my life all those years ago. And do you know that when he was 8 years old and I was 9, he actually asked me to marry him then? Oh, yeah, he wrote me a note, will you marry me? I said, absolutely not. And here a few years later, comes back around, and I said, I guess I will. So this is a great day, and we're celebrating love, and I hope that it will cause you to do something special for that one that you love. You know, he does special things for me, and I do special things for him. That's what it's all about. That's love in action. Well, I'm going to make my sweetheart's very favorite meal today. He loves this dinner. And when I make it, he's the happiest. So I like to make it often. But think about what's your sweetheart's favorite. And maybe you want to make that for Valentine's Day just for him. We're going to take our hint. When we come back, we're going to get started with Paul's favorite meal. We'll be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. To dress up buttered cooked vegetables, sprinkle them with toasted sesame seeds, toasted chopped nuts, canned French fried onions, grated cheese, or slightly crushed seasoned croutons. If you've got a helpful hint, we want to hear from you. Send your hint to At Home Hints, Cornerstone Television, Wall, Pennsylvania, 15148-1499. Today we're cooking a chicken. This is a very fresh chicken. Why are you laughing, Tammy? This is not a fresh chicken. We've got fresh chicken over here. I've been wanting to do my Julia Child for a long time. I love that lady. She paved the roads for all of us. She was the first lady to do it. Oh, well, that doesn't have anything to do with Valentine's Day, but it was. See what my crew, what they do to me? They encourage me to do stuff like that. And how are you, my dear?
I'm good. I can't stop laughing. I'm good.
Okay, so one of Paul's favorite things, welcome to Valentine's Day, he loves strawberry shortcake. And you're going to make him a shortcake.
And that's one of our family's
favorites.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Go, girl. Tell us what you're going to do.
Well, first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take 2.5 cups Bisquick mix.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix that up with some melted butter, 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
And 4 tablespoons of sugar.
To sweeten it up a little bit.
And 1/2 cup of milk.
1/2 cup, okay. And that's just going to make like a biscuit batter, because that's what he loves. He loves that batter.
This is one of Jason's favorites, especially in the summer. We do this probably at least once a week.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to do that when I was a kid, and she would have what she called, we're just going to have something light for supper, because that's a heavy dessert. Mm-hmm. It's not like a little piece of ice cream or whatever. And she was right. And we would have, okay, let's have a sandwich, or let's have a pancake or something like that. And then she would make that. Oh, and my dad just loved it. Oh. So we introduced Paul when he got to the family, because they treated him like a son. And he loved it then. Okay, while you're doing that, I've told you many times how Paul loves chicken. So I have 1 whole chicken that we've cut up, cut the backbone out, cleaned it up, made it nice and fresh. Got to clean it up really well. Make sure that you have, you put it on your plate like this, or on your pan, and I've sprayed it just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, because anytime you're working with chicken, you want to make sure you keep your hands clean, and you don't want to cross-contaminate. And he loves stuffing, so I just place stuffing underneath that chicken, like that. Okay, and then you want to push down on the chicken, because it's going to cover the stuffing. And it's going to roast in there just like you would roast a whole chicken. And I know I'm using this, we're going to bake the rest of that for the other chickens later, so don't worry about cross-contaminating this. Okay? And so once you have that taken care of, this is so easy, so much easier to do than like a whole roasting chicken, because then you have to cut it, you have to carve it and all that. That's a pain in the neck. How are we doing over there?
Doing good.
Are you a little dry, or are you okay?
I think I'm okay.
Okay, and then what are you going to do with that? You're going to roll those out, or are you just going to spoon them?
I'm going to spoon them onto a greased cookie sheet.
Good.
And we're going to bake them at 425.
Okay.
Probably between 12 and 15 minutes. I want to keep an eye on them so they don't get too done.
Sometimes they will get done underneath. You know, the bottoms will brown real quickly, because there is some fat in that.
Do you think I need a little more milk, maybe?
No, I think they're okay.
Okay.
I think they're good. Okay, and all I'm doing while she's doing that is just basting the whole chicken all over with melted butter. Make sure you cover it all. You're going to lift up the leg, get it underneath there. And this is so much easier to serve chicken like this, because you can do it in a quarter, which cut each of these in half. You can serve the whole half. Now, Paul would eat a whole half because he likes chicken a lot.
Jason would too.
Oh yeah, the guys could do that easy. And then it's just so much easier. And you can add whatever flavor that you want to the outside of your chicken, which makes, I mean, if you feel like doing with an orange flavor or basting it with some apricot jam or something, you can. But he just likes plain old roasted, chicken. So what I do next, take this off. Then I do salt. This is coarse salt. Remember, whatever you season this with, it's as good as it's going to taste. So you have to do it now, because there's no gravy to this recipe. So you can't and it makes nice drippings, but you want to make sure it's seasoned well. A little bit of black pepper. You just make a little, okay, that's good. Just some little biscuits like that. Pardon me?
Would you like them bigger than that?
Maybe just a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then this has become one of my favorite. When my mother was on a restricted salt diet some time ago, before she passed, we got used to this because this has no sodium at all, but it has such a wonderful blend, and they have a gazillion different, some Mrs. Dash. And so I just sprinkle that liberally all over the chicken, and that adds so much flavor. So much flavor. Mouth is watering. Because I like chicken too. Not as much as Paul, but I like it too. You like chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very good. We're done with those. Now, I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of chicken broth to the bottom so this doesn't stick. But you don't want the stuffing to be swimming in it. So just a little bit to keep it moist. And this is going to go into 425. You're going to put go ahead, put yours in, honey. Yours goes in too, the same thing.
I forget, did we say, do you want
That's good.
on this one? Okay.
And then that's going to bake about 15 minutes. Then we're going to lower it because we want to get the heat into it and get it going quickly, okay? And so that's going to go 425 for about 15, 20 minutes. When she takes her biscuits out, I'm going to lower that to about 350 and let it go for about 45 minutes to an hour. It will be good. Okay, we're good, aren't we? I think we're there. We're going to come back in just a minute with a whole lot more. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, welcome to Valentine's Day, and I'm making Paul's very favorite meal that he likes probably better than anything. And you're going to make the appetizer now, and you're making
French onion soup.
French onion soup. Who doesn't like French onion soup? She's sweating up her onions.
Yeah,
As they say, they're getting sweat. I think you probably should turn it up so they get really cranking.
Okay.
And then she's going to do, this is a combination of beef and chicken broth. I always use just beef broth, and then it kind of seems strong to me. So we're doing half and half chicken and half beef. And then she's going to add some other things to it. And we also have a little baguette that we toasted these off because this is going to go in the bowl. You want to make sure you use oven-proof bowls. Okay, and that'll say on the bottom. You're going to fill that up, and then she's going to float a baguette or two. She's going to put some Swiss cheese on that, and then lay provolone.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
Stick them under the broiler just till that melts. Oh my goodness, it's great. Okay, now I'm going to make his favorite vegetable, and you're going to go, what? Is it broccoli? Is it carrots? Not Paul. Paul loves Brussels sprouts. That's these little baby cabbages, as they call them. They're little. They come in big sizes, little sizes. I like to take the big ones if they're larger than about like that, and I cut them in half, north to south. And that's what this is. Looks like a lot for two people, but we do have a crew here, don't forget. So, and then I'm going to add some onions, but all you do, we're going to roast these. All you do with this is just add good olive oil over top of your Brussels. I can't explain to you because I don't really know why it happens, but when you roast a vegetable, I don't care what kind of a vegetable it is, when you roast it, it brings out the sugar in the vegetable and it makes it sweet. And it gives an entirely different flavor than boiling them or steaming them or frying them or whatever. But you want to make sure that you get that oil all over those little cabbages.
I'm really anxious to try these because I've never tried Brussels
You
sprouts.
never
I've been afraid to, and
Well,
I'm excited
now you're
actually
gonna
to
get a
try them.
chance. Can I give this to you?
Sure.
Thank you. So we're just going to, if you get them out, they should be in a single layer. I always want to say single file. Get those Brussels sprouts in single file. And they should be in a single layer like this. And then what I like to do, because Paul likes onion, then I like to add some onion on top, just like this. I don't want to get carried away too much. Just some here and there, just to add some flavor. I've had cream of Brussels sprout soup that was absolutely awesome. I mean, it's very, very good. Then I have a couple little cloves, well, actually 1 clove of garlic, but it's sliced. And then we're just going to add that in for flavor too. And again, you need to look and see. Looks a little dry. I'm going to add just a bit more oil because I think when you slice them too that it kind of absorbs it. So I'm just going to add it because they have to be moist or they'll roast, but they won't be as brown and beautiful as if you do it with the good oil. And you want to use a good olive oil, not some cheap stuff that somebody bought at some store that, you know. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're going to go to the trouble to make it, use good stuff because it's a lot of effort to do all of this, and you want to do the best. Okay. Then, take this one off. I'm just going to do a sprinkling again of some salt. This is coarse, so it looks like a lot, but it isn't because, you know, that's much more coarse than regular. And then just some black pepper here, there, and everywhere. And these are going to go into the oven, a preheated oven. Make sure it's good and hot. They'll bake, roast about 30, 35 minutes. You might, halfway through, you might want to take a spatula and just turn them over so that that roasting really gets going, okay? All right, so the other thing that he really, really likes is twice baked potatoes. And what we've done here, let me get my stuff here while you're still working. What are you doing over there? Tell us what you're doing.
Well, I'm going ahead and I'm adding, we're doing a double batch since we have a hungry crew today, and we're going to go ahead and add 4 cups of chicken broth and 4 cups of beef broth, and then a clove of garlic and a couple bay leaves.
Okay.
We're going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow. And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to ladle it, then you would ladle it into the bowls. Perfect. Okay, what we've done here, we've got beautiful baked potatoes. And you're going to serve, these are big. Now you can serve 1 or 2 per person, but that'd probably be enough. 1 would be enough. And you're going to bake them until they're so tender that the fork just easily goes in and out. And then while they're hot, you're going to go in with a little spoon, and you're going to leave an edge the whole way around, just like that, so that that forms your shell to put the potato back in. And we've done 4. Well, we've done 2 potatoes, which gives us 4 pieces. Now I'm just going to add some, this is my potato that I've taken out. I'm going to add some butter, and I'm going to use my trusty mixer to mash it up a bit. Remember, you always want to mash the potatoes before you whip them. If you don't get the lumps out of them at first, you don't get them out of it. Could I get some milk? Just a little bit of milk, please? Because I think I want to whip them with some milk to get the whole process started. Okay? That's enough. Thank you. Say that's such a little bit, but it does help. It really does. Okay, we don't want to blow up the place. Got one of those fun, I got it. There we go. Scared me a little bit. I thought, whoa, we're losing it here. Okay, this is a noisy baby, isn't it? Wow, now we're going to add some sour cream. Okay. And you want the potatoes to still be warm when you're doing this, because I think probably, well, most everybody would remember, but particularly our director knows what happens when potatoes are cold and you try to mash them. We all have a horror story about that, most of all the director upstairs. And someday we may have to have him share about that and show us how he really knows how to make them now, since he's married and so much more intelligent. I'm really razzing on the guys today. I love it. This is great. Okay, so I have sour cream and a little cream cheese in there. That's going to make them delicious. You told me you started to make.
Oh, yeah. It's made such a difference, and it makes them so creamy.
Creamy, yeah. Did the family like it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what we're going to do, pile this back into our potato skins. We're going to add some cheese on top and put them back in the oven until the cheese gets all gooey. And oh boy, it's going to be great. When we come back, we're going to be at the table with my sweetheart enjoying his wonderful dinner. We'll be back in just a minute.
Or happy Valentine's Day.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. Is this candy?
What do you think?
Of course. Mwah. Thank
what
you
else
so
would
much.
there be?
Well, there's a whole table full of goodies right here, and this I made just for you.
You're the best.
Okay, let's take a look around the table. We made French onion soup. Done to perfection. That's awesome. We did all the little croutons with cheese on top. Then we have braised Brussels sprouts. Sweet, they get sweeter the longer you roast them. And I just put it all on one plate instead of having a lot of serving dishes. So I just fixed one platter so that we don't have to be doing all the dishes later. And beside that are the twice baked potato. They're real moist and real piping hot from the oven. That's the best. And then our half roast chicken with stuffing underneath. I mean, there's a beautiful plate. There's your whole dinner right there. Then for dessert, he loves strawberry shortcake. So we made just some little biscuits, and we put ice cream, and we sweetened up our strawberries, made juice, put on top with some Cool Whip. We also have, Laurie made us some chocolate-dipped whole fresh strawberries. There's nothing that says Happy Valentine's Day like a chocolate-dipped strawberry, I'm telling you. So may I encourage you to do something special for that one that you love, the way I love this guy. And I'm telling you, it will be really, really, really appreciated. I know it will. Just do the little things in life. And by all means, keep God in the center of everything, because remember, God truly is love, and he loves you, and we do too. Be sure to join us the next time, because it just wouldn't be the same without you. Happy Valentine's Day, Paul.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.